Hey guys. Hey Lisa. Trying to get it pulled up on my computer. Okay. Hey Melissa. I can't see everybody's. There we go. Hey Sandra. We're going to be using glitter from Create by Firefly, and it's called the Holy Opal, and it's a Shattered. This stuff is gorgeous. Beautiful. But this is the cup I'm going to show y'all how to do. It is done with alcohol ink. It's just like the wood grain, but you're doing it with different colors. And I'm using some of the pens, the alcohol ink markers, and some of Melissa's alcohol inks, the Marabou. And I'm just going to show you how you can do it with either one. And now I start out and I put just one strip of tape on the cup just to kind of guide my first line. And I just kind of look at it and go with it. I don't do any measuring or anything like that. And I don't do the bottom of this cup. I leave it white. I just kind of like it, and it leaves room if you want to put a water slide or something, or your logo for there. And it just looks good with the white rather than have all these colors come down together on the bottom. I am going to put a tattoo on it, and it's going to be this one. I just kind of marked where I had a smooth surface. Now with this glitter, y'all, the only thing about this stuff is it is kind of a chunky and it's an irregular cut. So it doesn't lay perfectly flat, and it's hard to get it to do that. But I got mine pretty darn flat with 2 coats of epoxy. I just had just a couple of little spots I had to touch to get it smooth enough for the tattoo on it. I'm going to go ahead and get started because we got a lot of people on already. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now, what I did on this one was I did pinks. Believe it or not, that started out of purple. And then this was red, blue, purple. And I was just trying to make like 4 of each color. And I tried to keep it in the same family together so that it actually had stripes. And all I did was start on the cup and just color a couple of lines down here. It doesn't have to be straight. You're going to go back and hit it with alcohol and a brush. I wasn't real particular with any of the colors. I'm sorry, y'all can't see, can you? It's really easy if you have these pens, but it's easy with the inks as well. And I did leave a link for you guys if you want to go get you some of the alcohol inks or some of the glitter. All of Melissa's glitter is her own custom mixes. So that's pretty cool. And she does have gorgeous ones. And her vinyl is to die for. Now I'm going to show you how you can do it with the... This might be too close to that color. Nah, it should work. I'm just going to run a thin line down. And take just a chippy brush. Yeah, that's pretty close to that other one. But like I said, this part of it isn't that important, because you're going to go back and put alcohol in on it and blend it together anyway. Now, if you're using the inks on this, you do want to hold your brush sideways and not flat, because you want a thin line. You don't want it real fat. This one's Caribbean. This one is, I don't know. Some of these are clear and some not so much. And when I say clear, I mean the writing. When I do inks like this, I do try to wear my apron, because I sling this stuff everywhere. And as you can see, I'm not careful with it. Just brush it on. I think that one says granite red. This one's magenta. And when you mix the blue and the pink, you get purple. That's something else you want to take into consideration when you are doing inks. What colors blend to make a different color. Because you can take 2 colors and actually get 4 out of it. And the only reason I put tape down, y'all, is to kind of guide me. If I didn't have my first line, I would be all over the place with this stuff. I mean, I'd have lines going sideways over here. And you see, it's pretty quick. Well, that looks pretty pink, but that's okay. These markers are amazing. I get the markers from Amazon. I will share a link with you guys when I get through. I'll put a link in here for you. Because again, if you do purchase through my links, I do get a small commission, and it helps me buy products like this to bring y'all cool little lives. And these markers, they're alcohol markers, they're alcohol ink. And you can get small ones. When I say small, I'm talking small quantity. Or you can get them up to like 180. My daughter got me this one for Christmas. Sorry, I dropped my tattoo on the floor. Yay, Kelly. All right, let's put one more, because those two kind of ran together. It makes it look like one pink. Let's go pastel. Let's just use a jacquard. And like I said, I do sling this stuff everywhere. But the good thing about it, see, there's purple again because I forgot to get the blue out of my brush. Like I'm getting it on my table here. I'm not real worried about that. All you have to do is spray it with alcohol or put alcohol on a paper towel. Wipe it off. Let's go green. Y'all saw me test that one, right? See? Messy. Just going to touch that up a little bit because I don't know what that was. If it was ink that I spilled, probably, yeah, when I tilted it. There we go. Now, I will have to do the bottom or either wipe it off because I'm let it run on the bottom. I'll probably just try to wipe it off with alcohol. Can y'all see this pretty good? Put these back before I have a total mess over here. On these pins, you have a broad side and you have a fine tip too, which is pretty nice. And you use whatever colors you like. You don't have to make your stripes as big as mine or keep them as in all, you know, like 4 in the same family. You can do them every different color if you want to. Whichever ones you like the best, put on your cup. All right, now I got room for 4 more, so what do I want to use? I don't want blue because I got blue right there. Let's go some pinks. That one's pretty pale. Okay, here we go. Oh, that one's pretty. What is this one? Fluorescent rose. And now I take off my tape. Let's try pastel pink. It might be too light too. Let's see. Yeah, that one's pretty light. I want them to be bright, vibrant colors. Let's do coral. I love coral. This is like playtime when you're back in school and you get to be messy and color outside of the lines, because it don't matter. Oh, let me click my computer real quick here. Uh-oh. Somebody's hollering for dinner. Okay. The only thing I don't like about these markers is this. They put them in this soft-sided bag and they just flop all over the place. So I'm going to have to get me a carrier of some kind to put those in. Other than that, I absolutely love them. Okay. Let's move some stuff. And I think I'm going to try to clean that off real quick. And all this is alcohol. And it got most of it off, so I'm good with that. All right, now I just got me a little dish and some paper towel here and my alcohol. See there? And you don't want your brush real wet. You just want enough to streak it. And you might have to play with it to get streaks in it. I mean, I do. And just go up and down streaks. Because all you're doing is blending. This is the most time consuming here. And it's up to you how much you want it to blend and smear. And when I say smear, I'm talking about mix together. You don't have to clean your brush every time you go to a different color. Like I said, when you mix colors together, you get other colors. So just go with it. Unless your brush is starting to get muddy, black or brown, then you'll want to kind of dab it off. Otherwise, just take the colors from one stripe to the next. And that way you don't get harsh lines. See how it's smoothing it out and you don't have all of those streaky lines and stuff? And the good thing about it, if you don't like it, if you, let's say you wipe too much off of one color, get your markers back out, mark over it again. Alcohol inks are so good to work with. Y'all, let me get my alcohol bottle because I can see this is going to take forever spraying it. But I don't want to get a whole lot on here either. That's why I didn't want to get a whole lot on here, because it will run. And if it runs, all you got to do is go back into your other colors and bring them over here. You don't always have to get your pens and stuff back out. Just blend it a little bit more. And again, all you're doing is a wood grain, but you're just doing it with colors. Same thing. Now I'm not real fond of that light pink, so I'll see if I can pull some of these other colors over into that spot. Well, it kind of made it purple, so that ain't too bad. That pale pink was kind of yucky. And my brush has a lot of deep blue on it, so I'm just going to wipe it off on my paper towel, get some of the dark blue off of it before I go into the light blue. This is really easy, really quick, and I like it. I'm sure it's not for everyone, you know, it's just stripes on a cup, but I think it was pretty cool. I worked on that during the Super Bowl when I was watching the 49ers get beat. But that's okay, because I liked both teams, so I really didn't care who won. And now if you get too much on it, just kind of work it up and down instead of holding it sideways. If you get too much alcohol on it, until you get it dried, and you can blow on it to help dry it too. Well, I like the way that did that. But now I'm going into the pinkish color again, so I'm going to try to blend some of the green over in here, because that was that real light pink. And just look at it. If you see something like this that still has really harsh lines, just go back over it again. That's pretty. Okay. Now, here's my dilemma, y'all. Some people say that they don't seal their alcohol inks. I didn't with this. However, I did let it sit overnight. But let's give it a try and just see what happens without doing it. But I want to hit this bottom one more time because I got some green down there. Let's put it over here. Y'all, I think that came out pretty. Reading comments real quick. I'm going to clean my hands with some alcohol. I have a bunch of those markers that my daughter-in-law gave me. Well, see, now you know what you can do with them, right? Just get them out and start playing. See how easy that is to clean up? I love working with alcohol inks. Of course, I should wear gloves, but I don't. Excuse me. Okay. What if you use a heat gun for a few seconds? Yeah, that might work. Help dry it a little bit for sure. Because I do have some wet spots on there. Good thinking, Brittany. I do, if y'all have never watched my lives before, I put my epoxy in front of heat lamps. And let me move that as a matter of fact, instead of having it blowing right here. There we go. But I put them in front of heat lamps, and I put both sides, A and B, sitting right next to each other even. And that way one side doesn't get hotter than the other, but you do want to make sure you don't get it too hot, because these are, I forget, but they're pretty powerful. It's, I mean, some kind of crazy wattage on these lights. And I have 2 of them over my cups. I don't like the way that blue ran. So, since Brittany told me to use the heat lamp, now I know how I can go in there and fix it pretty quick and then dry it. That's why it's always more fun to craft with somebody. And when I do these lives, I feel like I'm crafting with you guys, and it's just fun. That looks a little better. Now, at this point, you could take your mister bottle and stand back from a distance and just mist this with alcohol, and it will make it look like it has sails, which is beautiful also. I'm almost tempted to try it because I already have this one. What do y'all think? That might be pretty. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to dry this real quick again. Y'all send me messages. You want me to spritz it with alcohol so it has little bumps, or cells, I should say, or leave it like it is? Wow, everybody's saying do it. Yes, do it. Okay. Why not, right? Okay, here we go. Can y'all see I'm getting on it? Oh, that one's pretty. Aha, there we go. Finally hit it close enough. But now I am standing back a little bit from it because I don't want it to run like that. But if it runs, okay, fix it. Right? We mess up our cups all the time and fix them. There's nothing we do, y'all, that cannot be fixed in one way or another. If you got a cup going like this, you don't like it, you don't want to wipe it down, okay, make a Milky Way out of it, right? Milky Way cups are beautiful. I am really loving that just like it is, all except for that one spot right there. Y'all see that? I might fix that real quick. What color is that? Kind of a purplish red. Let's do this fluorescent. All right, just took care of that run. Well, that was easy enough, huh? Oh, I should have put some silicone on that. Y'all, I love it. That's right, Sue. Happy accidents. Can y'all see the cells in it good? Yes, Michelle, I used alcohol inks and Marabou alcohol ink. The stuff I'm using today is Marabou alcohol inks and Holy Opal Shattered glitter from Create by Firefly, and the alcohol ink markers. And I'm going to leave a link for you guys on the markers. I love that. I'm going to put the epoxy on this and then put the glitter on, and then I'll put the tattoo on the other cup and show y'all how I do that. Hey, Miss Francis, I was thinking about you today. All right, y'all, fingers crossed it don't turn colors, please. Oh, this is gorgeous. Francis, I'm playing with alcohol inks and glitter and tattoos, or a tattoo. Well, y'all, so far it ain't turning colors. I know I watched Laura do it the other day, and hers didn't change colors whatsoever. I was like, well, look at that. So that's what made me try it on that one, because I have always sealed the crap out of mine. I just had this fear of ruining my cups with having them turn green. And I always figure it never hurts to, you know, just take a precaution. But then I just thought I'd live on the wild side for a change, and I just went for it. And it worked. This one's working. Y'all, this is so pretty. I love those sails on here. Now, I did not use my tumbler shield on this because I did want to go all the way up with my inks and stuff, so I chose not to use one. However, I am loving them, especially for painting my cups. I have no more overspray on the inside of my cups. It's wonderful. And I do like them for the epoxy too. You just have to remember to do it, treat it like your tape, and take it off after it starts to set up. Now I'm just putting a thin layer on because I'm going to go back and put more epoxy on when I apply the glitter to it, because I mix the glitter in the epoxy, and that way I don't get it too heavy. Hey, Laura. I was just talking about you. Did you hear me? Was your ears burning? Oh, y'all, that little bit of runoff I had on the bottom with the alcohol ink, when I was spritzing the cup, it hit the bottom, and now I have beautiful light colored cells from where I wiped it off. Oh, that's just pretty. When this dries tomorrow, I'll have to give y'all a picture of the bottom of the cup. That is so cool. Okay. Let me move the alcohol away before I hit it with fire. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now, I always mix up too much, but that's fine. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I always pour them into a mold anyway. So, I want y'all to see this, just for the ones that didn't see it. Look how gorgeous that is. It's an iridescent, color shifty. Is shifty a word? Yeah, shifty's a word. And it has a little bit of white in it. And that's how it looks on my cup. It comes across as a very bright, sparkly. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I know the camera is not picking up what I'm seeing, but this stuff is so gorgeous. And now I don't want a lot because it's just an accent. I just want the beautiful sparkle. I'm trying to look at my computer to see if y'all can see the cells. When I get through, well, you know what? I want y'all to see it before I put the glitter on it, so you know what y'all talked me into doing. And I'm glad we did, because I really like it. Y'all hold on, I'm going to take you for a ride. Okay, can y'all see that good? Let me know, because I can't see it. I'm looking on my computer. I'm going to hold you here until I can see it on my computer. Yeah, you can see it kind of good. Isn't that pretty with those cells on it? Okay. I think I got you lined back up. I want to put a little bit more in here because I want it to have some good sparkle. Well, no, when I stir it up, it comes back up to the top. There we go. Because like I said, I don't want to overdo it because I don't want to completely cover up what I just put on the cup. And especially since we got those spots on it that look really awesome. And now I put this on with my finger, a little at a time, and kind of just spread it out. And that's this way I can control how much I get on there. Whew, I need to I put silicone, y'all, or 3-in-1 oil right here where my turner hits the wood, because that's what makes the noise on these things. I hear everybody complaining how they make noise. If you put it right there where that PVC pipe spins and touches the wood, it will cut down a whole lot of the noise. And I have to do it ever so often because the wood does soak up the oil in time. And I have put silicone on it that I use for my paint pours and stuff. It's time for me to do some more paint pours, isn't it? I hadn't done any of those in a long time. And see, I'm not putting it heavy at all. And that's why you only want a thin layer of epoxy to start with. You want to cover your cup so that you don't have too much glitter. Because if you're trying to put epoxy on your cup with this, well then it's going to cover it. And like I said, it is an irregular shape and it's hard to get it completely flat. So just know that up front and you'll be fine. Like I said, I got my other cup smooth, almost perfectly smooth with 2 coats of epoxy. I just had a couple of spots I had to sand. This is gorgeous, y'all. And now I did, on my other one, put a good amount on the bottom because I didn't put any ink or anything on it. So I wanted the bottom to sparkle really good with the glitter. Okay, that looks good to me. Well, I like that right there. All right, I'm going to let it turn and I'm going to look at it. See if I want to put any more on here. Like right there. Can use just a few right in that area. And I think that looks good. Okay. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, Laura, you know what you got to do next, right? Get on that. Okay, y'all. I absolutely love that. Love, love it. So pretty. All right, now let's put on a tattoo. I'm going to slide y'all back a little bit so I have room. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Now, the thing about tattoos, if y'all have never worked with a tattoo before... Oh, wait a minute. Let me hit this. I don't have bubbles. Who all is sad about Alana closing her store? Holy moly. I just broke my heart when she told me about it. But they're on to better things, new journeys in their life, so I wish her all the best. But it still sucks I love me some Alana. Okay. Now, if you've never done tattoos before, they're very easy. It's just like the temporary tattoos that we put on our kids' arms or we used as kids. Same thing. But when you put the tattoo down on this surface, you better put it where you want it because you're not getting it back off. That's the only thing about it. You want to make sure that when you lay it down, you don't get air bubbles under it. You can get them out, yes, but you have to work at it a little bit harder than you do with water slides. And speaking of that, let me get my little thingy-me-bob. And by thingy-me-bob, I mean my Cricut thing and my other Cricut thing. Now, I looked for the smoothest part of my cup. You really want a shiny surface under your tattoo because just like water slides, whatever is under that water slide or tattoo, that's the way it's going to be. Your epoxy's not going to get on it. So you're not going to be able to bring the shine back. So what you do is peel off this top silky film. And you don't want to touch your image. But I think I will trim this up just a little bit so I can see more about where I'm going to place it. And all I'm doing is going around the edge. Don't touch your image. I'm just going to kind of trim it up just so I can see where I'm putting it. And now, I've never used any other tattoo paper other than Blingasm or tattoos that I purchased from like Amazon. So, I can't speak on any other kind. I had really good luck with Blingasm tattoo paper. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of look at where I'm going to put it, and I'm going to bend it just a little bit. You don't want to touch this again. This is very sticky. You will leave fingerprints on here. So avoid touching this area completely. And that's why I'm holding it by the sides, and I'm going to squeeze it a little bit to help me get the bubbles out. And like I said, once you touch it to the cup, that's where it's at. Push it down real good. Try to work out your bubbles if you feel any. And I rub it quite a bit with the back side of my hand here. All right, now let me get me another paper towel. The bubble cup, guys, I'm going to do a live on the bubble cup tomorrow. It's awesome. Beautiful. All right, now, I just laid 2 paper towels over the tattoo, and I'm going to move it away from this because I don't want to get water in it. I'm going to squirt this with water. I don't want it drippy wet, but I want it pretty good and wet. Why did you think they were a different way, Laura? Have you ever put tattoos on your kids? Same thing. Exactly the same thing. We lay it on their skin, put wet over that backing, let it sit, and voila. You want to have your paper pretty wet because you have to soak through the backing that's on the tattoo, and it's just paper. This is a smooth, sticky side, and then you have the back side. Well, when it gets wet, it kind of dissolves a little bit. See how it kind of got the wet spot on there? And once it soaks through, then you just peel this off, and it leaves just the sticky. And you just want to let it sit until you're sure that it has soaked through that paper backing. Francis, I'll probably do it about the same time as this, about 7-ish, 7:30, whatever works best for y'all. I already have a cup prepped, as a matter of fact. I'm going to do it on a black base. And I'm going to use mica powder and bubbles. Oh, and you have to use UV resin. It doesn't work with our regular epoxy because you have to cure it. Okay. Everything looks nice and wet, and it's moving around. You know how we do our water slides in the water until it moves around? Same thing. Let me take that tape off. I just wanted to mark where I was going to put it. All right, now, this should just slide right off. Just like that. I now have a tattoo on my cup, and it is gorgeous. Holy smokes. Look, y'all. I love it. And now this is wet. I'm just kind of tapping it down. I'm using my same wet paper towels. Just make sure I don't have any air pockets that are very big. And it looks pretty good. And now this one I got off of Amazon, but I don't suggest ordering them pre-made like this from Amazon just because of the price. Yes, if you order through my link, I make a little bit of money, but I wouldn't do that to y'all on something that is not necessary. Order the blank paper, just plain tattoo paper. You can get it from Blingasm. They have it. I believe you can get it on Amazon, just to be honest. And print your image on it, just like you do water slides. It comes with your backing paper, and then it comes with what is called a carrier sheet. Same thing as our water slides, y'all. And now you just want to let this dry completely. And when this is there, it's there. A water slide you can peel off later. You know, you can wet it and take it off. This don't come off. You will destroy it. And probably you will scratch your cup while you're taking it off. That is so gorgeous. I love the way I got it on the blue and the pink and purple. Yes, you do need to print in reverse, Sue. Thank you. Well, looky there. How? Yes, the Kathy method sounds good to me. Hashtag holla. Oh, wait, I'm grown. I love it, y'all. And this one is even prettier. To me, this one's a whole lot prettier. I absolutely love the sails from spritzing it with the alcohol. Now, you do not have to have the fancy Mr. bottle. Any old bottle will work, okay? Adjust your knob, because you can do in a stream. You don't want it in a stream. You want to take it to the finest spray you can get and do it from a distance and let it just kind of float over your cup. Otherwise, you'll get the one spot like I had a run, and runs, I mean, they're interesting. You know, it makes interesting on your cup. But the sails, to me, is what makes it so pretty. And you get that from just the light mist. You can, if you don't have a spray bottle, put alcohol in a little dish, put your fingertips in it, and just do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Just kind of sling it off of your fingertips. Same thing. It all works the same way. So we can adjust. We're like the Marines. Adjust and adapt. That's us. Okay, guys. That's it. Y'all want me to bring you in close so you can see it? Let me do that. Hold on. Alright, that's it. I think it's beautiful. See the little spots on it? Those are sails, and I put just enough of the glitter to give it that sparkle as it turns, the iridescent, color shifty stuff on it. And again, you don't have to use just the ink markers. You can do this with regular alcohol inks. Use what you have. Not everybody has those markers. They are expensive. I think for that box, I think I got 80 in the package, and they were like 30 bucks. That, you know, to some people that's a lot of money. To some, probably not so much. It just depends. To me, it's a lot of money to pay for a dang marker. But so are our inks. It's just the cost of what we do. So it's your choice. I will put a link for you guys that want to go look at it. And if you like that particular tattoo, I can put a link to it. And it will also take you to others. And I will also put in a link for tattoo paper, where you can print your own images on tattoo paper. 80 markers for $30. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That's it. I'm going to let this turn overnight. I will come back in the morning, put another coat of epoxy on it. You do not want to sand this until you get enough epoxy on it that you're not going to scratch the color off of the glitter. Because like I said, it is chunky. It's hard to get it to lay down. Around your bottom edge, if you get any along here, that's going to stick up real good. Or around your top edge will also stick up. And the way I did it, you don't really have the option of pushing it down flat. You know, like we do with Mod Podge or whatever. But I wanted it just to look like it's a sprinkling. And y'all, I swear I like this new one that I just did better than this one. And this one's beautiful. But by the time I put one more coat of epoxy over the tattoo, this cup will be done. So that was pretty easy. All right, guys, thanks for watching, joining me. Tattoo paper and Tracing paper, the same thing. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, not at all. Tattoo paper comes in two, hold on a second. Okay, this is my tattoo paper from Blingasm. And I'm going to show you what it is. You get a shiny paper. One side is real shiny. The other side is dull. Then you get, I don't want to put this down on anything wet because the water will activate it. So make sure you don't get it wet until you get ready to put it down. Well, if I can find it. It comes with carrier sheets and it comes with the paper itself. And right now they're sticking together. Anyway, I'm going to put you a link out there, Sue, so you can see it. I don't want to get it on in my stuff here. I'll put a link out there for you, and that way you can see what the difference is and how it looks. Because like I said, you get the tattoo paper itself, and then you get a carrier sheet. And the carrier sheet is what has the sticky on it. So the water activates it. The water activates the sticky part of it. Although it is sticky already, you don't want to touch it because, like I said, you will leave fingerprints on it. When you lay it down, make sure you put it where you want it, how you want it, because there's no moving it like a water slide. When it's on that cup, it's on that cup. And then you soak off the backing, and it's done. The good part about tattoo paper is you do not have to seal it like we do water slide paper. A tattoo, there's no sealing involved. You print it, put it down, that's it. Our water slide paper, you do have to seal it unless you have a razor. Do you have a razor printer? I guess I'm tired, y'all. I got up early, went to the doctor. I was sick all day yesterday. But anyway, if y'all have any questions, leave them for me. I'll go back and answer everyone. Do you have to use a certain type printer? No, ma'am, you do not, Annette. You can do them on laser or inkjet. Just be sure when you buy your paper that you buy it for the correct printer that you have. Okay, because you can't mix and match them. It's certain paper goes to certain printers. But you can do it on either inkjet or laser. Just make sure you buy the right paper. I love the colors. Thank you, Rebecca. I do too. This one is, I like it a whole lot better than this one. And I think I blended this one more. But I do like the dark streaks. And the way that the two colors mixed, see the pink and the blue made that beautiful purple. I got dark in it. I just like this one better. This one's pretty. This one's very pretty. But this one is now my new favorite. Okay, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all watching. I will do the bubble cup tomorrow evening. Probably about the same time, 7:30. All right, thanks, guys.